Okay, this is gonna sound weird. I'll cast 1990s Bruce Banner, early 90s Bruce Banner.
Okay, don't say Zach Morris, motherfucker.
No. I'm gonna say someone we all know though, and I've said it before. Rick Moranis.
Oh,
Okay.
shit!
Seriously, think about it. Like Rick Moranis.
Good fucking call.
Yeah.
I'm on board. I'm on board with that.
All right, guys, welcome to another episode of Comics and Chronic. As always, you're joined with my co-hosts Anthony Iannaccio and Jake F.H. This is Cody Cannon, and we have a guest tonight, DC comedian, member of the Midnight Gardeners comedy group, Pete Musto.
Hey, what's up?
How we doing,
to the
buddy?
show.
Welcome. Glad to have you. How you been?
I'm good. Realizing that every time I see myself on a Zoom call, it's just like the worst fucking lighting possible. I look like a corpse every single time.
I feel the same way, so don't feel bad.
Yeah, that's why I got this ring light.
Oh,
yeah.
Upgrade.
The first time I remember meeting you, Pete, was at your Midnight Gardeners show in Morgantown.
Yeah.
I knew of you guys through Kevin, but hadn't met you yet. And immediately afterwards, you were like, "You want some mushrooms?" And I was like,
yeah. That's unfortunately far too many of the stories of how I meet people include details like that. They're like, "Oh, you like gave us drugs, or you were really fucked up and like barely comprehensible." But yeah. Yeah, that was a fun show. We were going to come back and headline one of the nights of the Potion Castle Festival until fucking COVID stole our dream from us.
Exactly. Well, we'll definitely be getting you guys back soon for sure. I've already the venues and stuff gave me the go ahead for bookings and stuff. So it's just like a matter of kind of like waiting for this next month or so. I think June is a safe bet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but how you been, bud? How you been?
I'm good, man. I have a 9-year-old 9-month-old almost now. Man. 9 years old. I was like, holy fuck, time has gone by.
It's like some WandaVision shit.
Some WandaVision.
Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting having a kid in the pandemic too, because like we're so isolated. Like, my parents lived right down the street from us, but until we were like, my dad's like over 80. So until they got fully vaccinated, like we weren't able to see them at all. And like, they weren't able to like meet their grandkid all that much, So like, it was just like, kind of sucks. It's like part of the reason we bought this house was that it was 10 minutes away from my parents, so that if we ever needed childcare, like they would be able to swoop in. And of course, like they cannot fucking help us right now. So like, having a kid in a pandemic, a real smart move, apparently.
Yeah, congratulations. That's crazy.
Yeah,
I know a bunch of people having kids right now, and I couldn't imagine. My son is 11, so he's like, all he's wanted to do this whole pandemic is play Fortnite. And
hey, perfect time to do it.
I hate it. I just wish he would want to talk about anything else.
Okay. Yeah, I've gotten pretty deep into Sea of Thieves.
I don't know if you guys ever played that.
It's a PC. The company Rare. They made Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
The original Donkey Kong, right? They put out a game recently, or not too long ago, like maybe 2 years max ago, called Sea of Thieves, and it's like first-person pirate adventure game.
That's cool.
Oh yeah, okay. I heard about this one.
Yeah, it's like
Nice.
and like you go out and with your friends and like you crew a ship and you like go on adventures and shit like that. that to me is better than going outside right now, because like the graphics in it are like the water graphics in it are like, holy I've been on sailboats like out in the fucking ocean. I'm like, this is more fun. Also, like a giant fucking like mutant shark might jump out of the water and like start attacking the boat at any time, which is awesome.
Oh, okay. I've seen videos of this on YouTube.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. It does look fun though.
Yeah, it's a very fun.
Did they fix it? I feel like at first, like no one wanted to play it. Like it was really wonky, but like when you're talking about it came out, like it came out a couple of years ago, but it wasn't like completed or anything. Kind of like a beta, right?
Yeah, well, I've like I think I caught it at a time when like they'd like updated a lot of shit, and I just started playing No Man's Sky too, which is I think a similar story in terms of like they released it and it was like not good. Like people were like, this game sucks, and so they're like, okay, we'll do whatever you want, and like they fixed it, and you know, I mean, I've been playing that lately, and that's really fun too. Like, I'm not a huge gamer, but like the aspect of being able to hang out with my friends online, like, you know, and do something fun, because like Zoom calls are awkward, you know, like, you know, you just like run out of shit to say to people after a while. People are like, oh, let's do this more. It's like, why would we?
I definitely became a bigger gamer during the pandemic, that's for sure.
I bought this like big expensive desktop PC for work, because I started working from home actually like right before kind of like I was planning to do it permanently like already, and then the pandemic hit, so like I was already going to be working from home all the time, and like I've never been a person who knows much about computers, but I let my friend talk me into buying like this like nice ass PC, and he's like, you're going to game on it, right? And I'm like, I guess. He's like kind of like pushing me into like this like gaming lifestyle. He's like, now you're going to play this game, right? And I'm like, sure, okay, whatever.
There's no one more pretentious than a PC gaming nerd.
Yeah, I found that out.
My brother-in-law is a PC gamer, and he doesn't stop shitting on consoles and anything that comes out. He's like, oh well, you know, it's better on PC. It's so annoying.
I also I just decided I'm never gonna go back to Apple computers, because of like the last laptop that I had for Apple they took away everything except for like their proprietary port.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like you can't even have a fucking USB on there. Like,
right.
You have to
asshole.
buy. They just want you to buy them adapters.
Yeah. Like the thing to like another.
Oh, really?
Fucking
They don't
thing,
make their
like,
PCs anymore with the USB port?
Yeah, 100%.
It's like lightning cable size or whatever.
Yeah.
I must have
USB-C or something.
I have a MacBook, but I bought it in 2016. It has a USB port.
That's the last year.
It's probably
That is the last year.
Yeah, it's the last year it had it. All right.
Going forward, it's gonna be like a thing that they fucking like graft onto your neck or something.
Yeah.
It's like, you're never leaving us at this point.
I like your comic collection back there.
Yeah, what's back
thank you.
there? It looks like you got a pretty good collection going on.
Yeah, I got it's funny. I only started making good disposable income like 5 years ago maybe, and like the thing that I was like as soon as I was like a grown adult with like money to spend, I was like, I'm gonna start buying comic books again. And I like and that's like really like what I spend most of my fucking money on. But I got some Cinema Purgatorio, Alan Moore's like anthology horror thing that he did.
Nice.
Is that new? Is that recent?
It was a couple of years ago. It's not running anymore. I think it ran to like 12 issues maybe or something like that. But like it was like Alan Moore doing like a 5-page story, Garth Ennis doing a 5-page story,
Nice.
and then a couple other people, and each one was like the same like running series each month too. So it was kind of cool, and they're all like kind of different horror stuff. Then I got a bunch of Black Hammer stuff because I'm addicted to Jeff Lemire, even though I think he's like kind of getting worse as he gets more popular.
I just bought.
I love Jeff Lemire. I love Black Hammer too.
See, I just bought Volume 1 of Black Hammer. I got to read it.
I've never read Black Hammer either.
Oh, I like.
Yeah.
I don't really read much superhero stuff anymore, but I will admit Black Hammer is good. A lot of it is really good. I just think he's just writing too much. You know what I mean? Like he's got too many fucking books, and like
he's got so many projects, like all the time.
It can't all be good if you're that fucking busy all the time.
Right.
And like also, I feel like I'm not like a huge Brian Michael Bendis like cheerleader. I'm like not the biggest fan of him, but I know people say that like kind of the same thing happened to him. Like, is that he like became the it guy, and then he just started writing too much, and it all got kind of like watered down. I haven't read anything by him recently, so I don't know. But like, I kind of felt that way. It's like it's you no matter how good you are, like you have a creative limit. I feel like.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever read Brian Michael Bendis's like AKA Goldfish or
Powers? No.
So like I agree because I heard the same shit because I'm not a cheerleader of his at all. I do like his stuff. We actually just talked about him yesterday, his Daredevil run.
Yeah.
But if you guys get a chance, read his independent shit because I think that's where he shines.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, Powers is like I've never read it like start to finish, but like two of my friends that like I got into comics with like are big fans of it. I know like there's some shit in there that like they've shown me that I'm like, oh, that's awesome. But yeah, I like he was definitely just a dude that like I feel like he was a trendsetter in comics, like in a way that like people wrote tried to try and be like him for around a certain period. You know, like everybody was trying to be the next fucking Bendis, and I don't think that was really a good thing necessarily. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I got that. Like his dialogue is like, man, it covers some great art. Like, that's like sometimes I like at first when you said Jeff Lemire writes too much. At first, like I was thinking like, you know, actual how much is like in the because like Jeff Lemire, I love his stories when they're quieter and they're more like about down to earth. Like, have you ever read Underwater Welder?
I haven't read that one, but I
know
have
what you're
read.
Talking about.
I read one of the ones like his early ones. I have one on up here that's called Radio City, I think it is. Royal City.
Yeah.
That like that was like a thing that he did recently that's like real quiet, like you're talking about. It's like really like it's just about this family in this like factory town that's like kind of falling apart, and it's, you know, that's what he's good at, is like personal drama shit that like, I mean, I'm not gonna like, have you ever read Trillium by him?
No, but I know what you're talking about. The one with it's like Romeo and Juliet or whatever. And is that right? And
I thought it was more like sci-fi.
But it's Romeo. I'm saying it's a star-crossed lovers.
Yeah.
And there's like from different time periods. Somehow, I don't know.
It's like two twin storylines where like one is the woman is an actress on who's working on a sci-fi movie that is like oddly similar to the other actual storyline, which is like far in the future, humans are like dying out or something, and like they need to find this stuff called Trillium to survive. It's like the product of some flower or something like that, and it like their storylines overlap, and they fall in love, and it's great.
Nice.
My I don't think I've ever been more pissed actually at my wife than the time that she like works for a dog. She works with volunteers with a dog rescue, and so we have like foster dogs come stay with us sometimes, and one of them pissed on a bunch of my comics and got fucking like 3 issues of that Trillium story covered in piss, and I was just like, and I never even see that book collected in like short runs anymore. So like I'm like, where am I gonna fucking get this back? But you know,
it sucks. I mean, that didn't happen to me, but like I have every issue of that book except for like issue 6. So I'm like, fuck, I can't read it. Like I'm just missing a whole issue. And like you said, like I've never seen it in like paperback form. So
look on eBay.
Yeah.
Does eBay not have it?
True.
Because eBay
true, yeah. It's just like one issue that I was just pissed that I couldn't find it like in the wild.
Yeah.
I have a deep-seated mistrust of eBay because one time in high school my brother bought like $3,000. He bought $3,000 worth of camera equipment, and then when it showed up, it was a picture of $3,000 worth of camera
Oh,
like,
well, damn, that's
yeah,
pretty.
so like,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
That's a good one.
That's a lot. That's not chump change.
Yeah. My brother had a lot of bad luck with shit like that. Like, somebody broke into his truck once. Like, my brother is a dude who like is a gearhead. Like, he built a sound studio in my parents' basement when we were in high school. Like,
Nice.
he just like likes to put his money into like like equipment and shit like that.
Yeah,
And
tech
he
stuff.
on my, I think it was like an 18th birthday, he and I both convinced my parents to go out of town so that I could throw a party. Like, we told them, like, we're gonna throw a party, we want you to go out of town. That's what I want for my 18th birthday. My parents are like, okay. And my brother, I invited everybody that I knew in high school, and I went to high school with 3,000 kids, so it was like a fucking lot of people. I was like, spread the word.
Holy
and
shit.
I was like, open party, anybody wants to come.
You invited every kid in your high school?
I mean, I told most of them. 3,000 people did not show up, but like maybe like 150 at my parents' house. And like, my brother had a bunch of equipment that he had bought. Like, he had busted his ass, like working 2 jobs, working at fucking Hollywood Video so he could save up his money so he could buy this like studio equipment that he built for himself. And he was the reason my parents let me have this party. He's like, don't worry, I'll supervise. And turns out he was taking acid, and he left the party like an hour into it.
Ooh.
And a bunch of his stuff got stolen. A bunch of
fuck.
And I was like, hey man, you fought for this party. This is what you got.
Dude. So you said your favorite, you weren't into a lot of superhero comics, and I know you said you're into a lot of horror. Are there any superheroes you are super into? Super into.
I am.
That was dumb.
I am super into the Hulk.
Yeah.
I think.
Nice.
I think the Hulk is my favorite superhero character. And nice. I'm going to say something controversial, though.
What?
Is like, he is my favorite superhero character. And I don't think there's ever been a good Hulk story ever written.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That is a hot take.
Except for one miniseries that was written by Brian Azzarello and illustrated by Richard Corbin. And it's called Banner. And it is the best Hulk story ever written. And like, the title should tell you everything, because the focus of the story is not the Hulk, it's Banner. And the plot of it is that
Did that come out around like 2002 or 2003?
I'd have to.
Yeah, is it like a Marvel Max kind of thing?
Yes, it's a Marvel Max story. It's like the whole, like, I think the whole, if I remember it correctly, is the whole plot is like Banner is just like trying to get himself killed. He's like, I just want to die. Like, that's it. And it points out something that I like about the character that I don't think anybody ever really, they do it kind of in the Immortal Hulk, but like,
I love the Immortal Hulk, by the way. I was going to ask if
I do like the Immortal Hulk. I think it's a good attempt, but I think 2 things. I think Hulk needs to be completely isolated from the Marvel universe. Like, you can't have like Alpha Flight popping in. Like, it's just all that shit is too corny. It's like the Hulk it's a very sad, lonely, like, kind of scary story. It's body horror. It's fucking
nice.
No, especially Immortal Hulk.
Yeah, no, I mean, and he goes for that, but like, I think it's like when it gets too like big and loud with like all the world of Marvel going on around it, it just gets distracted from what's cool about it, which is like, the Hulk is like, compared to every other superhero, their powers are all like a blessing in a way. You know what I mean? Oh, super strength, it's great. Like, or like I can climb up walls. Like,
yeah,
the Hulk turns into a monster that he cannot control.
Yeah,
and that kills things in its path that he has no control. It's terrifying. It's a fucking scary story. And like,
yeah,
I just think a lot of that shit that has been attached to it is so corny.
How do you guys feel about like in when they introduce Amadeus Cho?
I don't know
Maestro or the
anything about
Maestro or
Amadeus
whatever.
Cho.
Is that
No,
the
no.
one?
It's just it's a kid that like becomes friends with Bruce Banner. Like he like respects him as like a scientist. Like I bring him up because like one of the first times he talks to Bruce Banner. I mean, he's important to the Hulk. He becomes totally awesome Hulk. Like he's heavily involved with Hulk. But he points out like the Hulk where Bruce Banner is doing the calculations in his head to not kill people when he's going on a rampage. Do you guys buy that? Or is that just like a like it seems it's
sounds like a
written in like
one-off.
2004.
Like a
Yeah.
one-off fact
But I mean, it's
one-
canon, quote unquote, so
quote unquote. But there's also certain things that like you don't have to take full blown canon. Because like
that's
you said,
what I mean. So that's why I asked.
Yeah. Like that seems a little.
It's a little far fetched.
It's a little
right?
far fetched.
I don't know. I do like the idea. I like Hulk more as like a Jekyll
Yeah.
and Hyde. I liked Thor Ragnarok, but I feel like it kind of like wasted the Hulk Planet Hulk story.
I agree.
Which I'm
I
a
agree.
big fan of.
Yeah,
As much as I love Ragnarok.
I think Ragnarok is one of the best Marvel movies they've ever made.
So we were,
but
that's
I
what
also
we were
like.
saying the other day.
Yeah.
I definitely think though that like the concept of like smart Hulk in control Hulk, like I have no interest in that. That's a complete.
yeah.
Well,
it's a completely different character.
So then let me ask
Like-
you guys: have you ever read Hulk Ground Zero?
No, I have not.
I didn't think either
No.
of you would say
Wait.
yes. So-
Wait, hold on. Wait, what?
Hulk
Who
Ground
wrote it?
Zero.
Jason Aaron?
No.
Mm-mm.
Or actually, I don't know because I was thinking I don't know who wrote it. It's 90s. Or
Oh, okay.
It's
So
Mhm.
Peter David probably maybe.
Peter David, but I
Yeah.
know what's his name. McFarlane does the art.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
Mhm.
And it's Gray Hulk, and he's a monster. He speaks correctly. It's not Banner though. He speaks
Mhm.
properly, like proper grammar and everything. But he's a fucking savage, and he like openly like he's like teaming up with the X-Men in this one. It's a fucking sick story. He dies in it, and it's like really sad. Fucking the
Ooh.
leader kills him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's an old 90s.
It's called
combination.
Ground Zero?
Yeah, Hulk Ground Zero. It's Gray Hulk. McFarlane does the art.
Was it a run
no,
or was
it was
it
a
just
run.
like a
No,
couple
it was the whole
issues?
time.
or-
I'll have to check it out.
It's sick.
Nice.
Yeah. Sounds
Yeah, because I agree. When Hulk is in control, especially when Banner's in control, I hate that shit.
Mhm.
Like, I'll be honest. Endgame, I didn't like Smart Hulk. I thought he was fucking lame.
Yeah. That's
Like, and he also didn't seem physically nearly as strong as Hulk.
he's also
Right.
like wearing a hipster sweater.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was with
Come
the jogger outfit that he had? And it wasn't
He's
even
smiling
cool.
way too much. I'm not
He's
a fan of
smiling
Mark
and he has
Ruffalo Hulk
glasses.
at all.
Yeah, exactly. You're telling me that Smart Hulk, even though he's smart, he still needs glasses?
I thought
That's
I thought one of
his
the
vision is still. You're telling me that the Hulk's vision is still impaired?
oh I see what you're saying. No,
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Go back and watch it. He's wearing glasses. I'm like, why is the Hulk?
Yeah.
Even if it, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't seem really advantageous to
That'd
me.
be hilarious if the Hulk was like secretly like cross-eyed, you know what I mean? He's like super strong, but more like invincible, but like he'll just like he's walking through walls because he just can't see a door. You know what I mean?
Or it's like a Velma situation. As long as you knock his glasses off, he's fucked. He's like, where'd everyone go?
Yeah.
I just want to touch back on Hulk Ground Zero real quick, just because it also has a lot of Wolverine and Hulk in it.
Oh yeah.
And there's like it's a lot of them teaming up and wanting to kill each other and trying to kill each other.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys should check it out. It's really fucking
Yeah,
cool.
I want
and everyone I tell about it, nobody knows it.
Mm.
So it's clear.
Yeah.
Nice. I'll
Hulk Ground
definitely
Zero.
check
I
it
also
out.
I do actually really like the Ang Lee Hulk movie. I think
Ooh.
that
I like some parts of it.
I think what's his name? Fuck.
Nick Nolte.
Nick Nolte's villain speech
Absorbing
at the
Man?
end of the movie. The speech that he gives, my friends and I used to we still quote that speech to each other. Like I've watched that movie probably 1,000 times because it's like, you know, he's like, fuck, I can't remember the words now, but it's like, the best part is like he ends it where he's just like, I'll show you. Oh yeah, he's talking about how like if they join together, they can wipe out humanity. Basically, he's like their guns and their bombs, we'll make them all go disappear with a flash. And the Hulk's like, basically, or Brandon's like, no, I'm not going to do it. And he's like, oh, I'll show you. And then he just like picks up a big electronic cable of some kind and like bites it.
He bites
like Nick, like not like him in like CG, but like literal Nick Nolte.
No, Nick Nolte full on
bites this cable. He's like, so good. Oh yeah, barking and swallowing orders. Yeah, it's that speech is so good.
Dude, it's crazy because I'm going to be honest. I haven't watched that movie since I was young. Young Cody was just like, this is whatever. And then even though I think he was a terrible Hulk, I really loved the Edward Norton one.
I like that one better than the Ang Lee one.
Yeah.
The Ang Lee one, the constant, the way it was edited to look like a comic book, that cutting was the most annoying thing I've ever seen.
See, I appreciate. I like
the attempt. I get what he was doing, but I was just like, didn't land.
My favorite comic book movies are Sin City, Hulk,
nice,
and
not saying nice for Hulk.
No, there's another. Oh, Batman Forever. Because
what?
Because
you're gonna have to argue the fuck out of this case. God.
Wait a minute. Wait. Sorry. Before you say why you love Batman Forever, can you take a hit of something, or are you not?
I can't smoke inside the house. Okay. So unfortunately,
all good.
Yeah.
Continue. Sorry.
Actually, you know what?
I'm gonna smoke for this because I don't know if I can handle this sober.
Let me see if I can. Outside. Hold on a second. Hold on.
Let's take a moment. It's all good.
Well, we'll take a brief pause.
It'll be worth it.
For those tuning in, Peter has said some very controversial things.
Extremely.
He's getting very spicy up in here. I don't know how much longer I can be civil.
I can't believe that no one is agreeing with me. Honestly, freaking Batman Forever.
It's not that I hate Batman Forever. It's just like you listed your list of 3 greatest like comic book movies.
You said the best superhero movies of all time.
All right, so allow me to spark this joint and make my case.
Nice, yes. Let's get in the hot zone. I'm still trying to process what you said. You haven't even explained it yet. So I'm just hold on. Like, all right. So.
I think I would say first of all, do you guys all agree that comic books are a unique medium?
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
So they stand alone from books, movies, whatever storytelling like medium you might think, right? And the thing that I like about them isn't just the stories that they tell. Like, it's not just the characters and the stories. It's the vehicle through which it is all delivered and like the unique things that only comic books can do. And that's something I think Alan Moore specifically like really understands. Is like he knows exactly what a comic book can do. And the thing is, when you're adapting a comic book into a movie, are you just adapting the story or are you adapting the experience of it being the best way of this story being told as being a comic book? Because the only movies that really embrace that are Sin City.
I could agree with
Batman
that.
Forever.
I agree with that.
And fucking the Hulk. Because they're not trying to be a movie. They're not trying to be the Dark Knight where it's like, oh, it's a movie where like no one's ever heard of Batman before. Like, no, this is like Batman Forever is a universe where like everybody looks up in the sky and is like, holy shit, it's Batman. Like, you know what I mean? Like it takes so many risks and it like does something that other things aren't doing. You know what I mean?
I hear your point, but for the same reason, can I say like I love Spider-Man, like that trilogy, Sam Raimi, for the same reason?
Mm-hmm.
Like you know what I mean?
Yes, but it's still those still are trying to be movies, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? The Sin City is trying to like be a comic book come to life. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
Sin
true.
City was so.
Sin City.
Sin City was like one of the first comic book movies that like I was just like, I just like was in. I was
It was very cool to
balls deep
see.
in Sin City.
You were balls
Yeah.
deep in
It
Sin
was
City.
like, dude, I was so into that.
His balls are in the movie. That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
It gets a whole chapter.
You go down the right back alley in Sin City. And you might find Cody's balls.
Elijah Wood is just smiling in the corner.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, fucking Elijah Wood, the dude, the yellow guy.
Oh, that guy's so creepy.
He's so
Yeah.
the casting.
Nick
The casting of that
Stoll.
movie is
Yeah.
so perfect.
Shout out to Nick
casting
Stoll.
in that movie.
But I guarantee none of us watched
Yeah.
the second Sin City movie.
I did
No.
not.
I actually tried to watch it four different times.
Yeah. If you have to try and watch it.
Well, I was also just like dumb high
Yeah.
and went to sleep every single time.
Cody, that's like
So yeah.
Cody, I was gonna say, like when we were talking about in the 420 episode, so many times you were like, "Oh yeah, I fell asleep during that movie," but it's not a judgment on the movie. But sometimes it is a judgment on the movie.
I agree with yes, they definitely tried to do a whole comic book experience, and they did indeed take risks. I don't know if there was a reward for Batman Forever.
But like,
Batman
can't you make the same
Forever.
case for Batman Returns? You know, why isn't that on your list? Isn't it basically the same movie?
I think.
Whoa,
Like, the
what?
thing is,
Did you say Batman
You
Returns
know what
is
I mean.
the same as
I mean-
Batman Forever?
No, I get I get the point you're making, that Batman and Batman Returns are both also extremely stylized,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah.
They feel almost like more like Tim Burton movies than comic book movies.
Okay, I see your point. No, I like your point. I'm not trying to press you or even. I just want to understand. Like, I like that.
That's those were bold
Those
claims.
were bold claims.
yes.
Yeah.
But hey, we
Yeah, we like that
We're
on
all
Comics
about
and
bold
Chronic.
Also,
claims, yeah.
like, I mean, I'll be honest, I don't like serious Batman that much. I don't
Really?
I mean, like, I went through my serious Batman phase, and I'm out the other side of it, and I'm like, I don't really care about this billionaire who beats up people for fun, you know? Like, he's not really that sympathetic. Your parents are dead. A lot of people have dead parents, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of people like move on from that shit.
Every Disney character.
Imagine saying that to someone.
To an actual person? Get over it, dude.
Yeah, bro, you're not the first person to meet your parents.
I mean, I think I'd be like in a mask, like with a knife on my hand on the roof, being like, "Come on, dude! Like, grow up, go to therapy." Then he would kick me in the chin, and I'd like cascade down a fire escape, breaking every bone in my body on the way down.
I mean, maybe he should have a degree of humor, but not like I don't like my Batman too campy either.
Yeah, like Adam West is too
It's like
far.
because
I
his parents
don't-
got murdered, he's not going to be like skipping down the street.
Yeah, for sure. But also, this is the
Guys,
thing
I'm
where
Batman.
I would differentiate between. This is what I would differentiate between Adam West and Batman Forever. The Adam West Batman isn't like skillfully done, really. Like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like a B movie kind of type of vibe. Whereas like Batman Forever is like high budget as fuck. It's like art, like all those colors and shit are like, that's like people working at the top of their craft.
Who directed
you
it?
know?
Joel Silver, is that?
Joel Schumacher.
Joel Schumacher. Yeah, who's done like no other good movies.
Did he do is he Pirates of the Caribbean? Is that Joel Schumacher?
No, that's what's his name? I only know because I met him at a Trombone Shorty concert. Fuck. I did. It's the craziest story, man. Fuck, it's on the tip of my tongue.
It was directed by Gore Verbinski.
Gore Verbinski. There we go. Yeah, I met Gore Verbinski at a Trombone Shorty concert.
That's wild as shit. What was he like?
At a Trombone Shorty concert.
Well, so I'll tell you the story. This was 2 years ago, or 2 or 3 years ago at the LA Bowl. Went with all my friends to see Trombone Shorty. We had pit tickets at the Bowl. The Bowl is a great venue. I don't know if you guys have ever been there. And so we were in the pit, and we were just fucking like that night. Dave Grohl came out, did like 4 songs with them. It was a great fucking time. But I ate like a 300 milligram brownie beforehand, and it fucked me up. And like I'm talking about, like I was having I was having fun up until a point, and then like even while I'm dancing, I'm like noticing my fun is starting to get weird and really uncomfortable, and I was like, yeah, my god. And I was just surrounded by way too many people and fucking had to get out of there. Couldn't breathe. So I'm like, all right, I'm just going to like go sit down for a little bit. And I hate leaving live music concert. I don't want to miss anything. And so but I had to. I just had to breathe and drink water and chill out. So I'm sitting down and this couple's getting in an argument. And he was like, you know what? That's it. We're fucking leaving. And they're walking. And as he like comes up, he's like, hey, are you staying around for the concert? I was like, yeah. He was like, I have 2 backstage VIP passes. You could have them if you want.
What?
And I was like, oh, okay. And then like, so he gives me them, and it was with my girlfriend at the time.
Wait, who gave you the passes?
This rando. This couple was having an argument. Yeah, there's a guy and a girl. They're having an argument, and the last thing he like yells at her is like, "That's it, we're fucking leaving." And I'm like tripping balls on a rock, losing my shit, like anxiety up the wazoo. He's like, "Hey, are you gonna stick around?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, here, I have 2 VIP backstage passes. You can have them." And I was like, "Oh, whoa." Fucking finished the rest of the concert. I go back afterwards. It's Trombone Shorty and his band, and shit's popping off. And everyone's kind of like waiting to meet him and shit. And the person in front of me is like, hey, Mr. Shorty, I want you to meet my friend. This is Gore Verbinski. And Gore Verbinski's like, hey, how you doing? I'm a big fan of yours. And I was like, whoa, what? And the thing is, like, I went with like a crew of like 12 people that night, but it was just like me and my girl that left afterwards. Like, dude, what? You got fucking VIP backstage passes? Which is the first time a brownie has ever turned on someone, and it turned out good.
I hope that the couple that was fighting in the lobby the dude was like, fine, no Gore Verbinski for you.
He knew he was gonna be
He's back there, and we're not hanging out with him tonight because of you.
I love Gore Verbinski. So that's how I met Gore.
Nice.
Oh wait, back to Batman being like, yeah, and I just realized it. Is that you don't have is that Mr. Miracle in the bottom left? No, it kind of looks like it. Oh, it is. Yeah, okay,
that's Mr. Miracle.
So do you like Tom King's take on Batman? Have you read any of that?
I've actually never read any of his Batman. I'm a big fan of like The Visions was great.
Yeah.
Mr. Miracle was really cool. I really like Strange Adventures is awesome.
Yeah, that's been great too.
I dig what he does. You know what I mean? Like, he's really into like being in like a superhero universe. I like listened to some like an interview with him, and like he's like, you know, all about being up in canon. You know what I mean? Like, and but
it's a great saying. And then I thought about Cody, and I was like, oh
god, all up in can,
dude. He's all about
Cody.
It.
That should be your next Netflix special's name. Up in canon.
All up in canon, spelled CANON. But yeah, like he's a dude who like I think relishes like the being an influencer of like mainstream lore, which is something I'm just like not tapped into, you know what I mean?
But his Batman is fun, and he does like there's like a crazy issue where Bruce Wayne and Selina Catwoman are on a double date with Clark and
Superman and Lois. I saw that. I read that one.
But they like switch so that Bruce is dressed like Clark and Catwoman is dressed like. It's so wild, but like a lot of shit like that happens in his run where it is a little bit less serious. Like you can't picture like Christian Bale doing that, you know? But you could definitely see it, like, you know.
So is he suggesting that like they had sex, like group sex?
No. But they just
Yeah.
they just
Can
Okay.
you imagine?
yeah, I don't remember why they switched, but it's just like, let's do it. It's gonna be fun. And it's like, okay.
Yeah.
I remember they go to the
It's not like a
carnival,
wife
they
swap
go-
or anything. Like it's a complete like identity swap.
That's what it should have been.
Oh,
Well, I
wife
think
swap.
Superman doesn't Superman take Selena Kyle to the Fortress of Solitude, and Batman chills with like Lois in the Batcave.
Yeah, that might happen. I think so. Like
Yeah,
because they
I'm
get to
pretty sure that's
know,
what happened.
they're getting another
Yeah,
side.
so they got to know each
Yeah.
other because they're about to get married. And
Right, Batwoman.
Right? Yeah.
Batman and Catwoman. Yeah.
yeah,
Did Tom King write the
Yeah.
issue where you supposedly can see Batman's dick?
No,
Isn't
no,
that
that
was
wasn't
that a
him.
thing that happened
no,
recently?
that wasn't him.
That was Brian
Okay.
Azzarello, I think.
That's Brian
okay.
Azzarello and Lee Bermejo.
Yeah.
Dude, by the way, going back to the Hulk story you were telling us about, Pete, that sounds like the way Brian
Oh,
Azzarello.
yeah.
Like it's the whole time you were describing that, I was like, did you read his Joker? Because I feel like what you described, like Banner and it being
Oh, good
Azzarello
point,
and
Cody.
just like a dark horror.
Dude,
take? I don't know.
have you guys ever read what is it, Luthor or
Yeah,
Luthor
Yeah.
Man of Steel or something? It's like Lee Bermejo and Brian
Lee
Azzarello.
Bermejo. Yeah,
That
that's
shit,
great. I love that.
that was so good.
Oh, I haven't. And
Oh,
I feel
man,
like
it's
I'm
Oh,
missing
really?
it.
I could have sworn you had like it came out. I feel like I got them at the same time, like Joker, Luther, like those two books.
I think Luther came out after Joker.
Mm.
Maybe like 2 years, 1 or 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah. Joker's after Luthor.
Oh, it's
but-
after. Oh, gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I remember the Lex Luthor one he did was like early 2000s, and I think the Joker one they did was like
Oh yeah, it
more
had to be
recent,
after
more-
Dark
Wasn't
Knight.
it
yeah.
around the Dark Knight?
Yeah, and
Joker came out after Dark Knight. I know that for a fact.
okay. But I
Yeah.
mean, Lee Bermejo's a guy that I'll read him fucking like.
Yeah.
I'll read the shit he smears on a bathroom wall in his own feces. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, all right, that's fucking cool. Like his art's like
He's a great artist.
I bought a couple issues of something like I can't remember what it was. It was about like he wrote and drew. It was about like a futuristic LA where like gladiator style fighting was like back and like it was like a really bad story, but I was just like, Leo Bermejo's drawn it. I don't give I'm just, you know what I mean? Like his art is so good.
That's how I feel about a lot of like the top artists, like fucking Alex Ross. Anything Alex Ross is drawn.
Yeah, me and Jake agree. You can't top Alex Ross.
You can't top
Yeah.
Alex Ross.
The shit he did with Marvels is like amazing. It's like the
Yeah.
greatest thing that I feel like that anybody has done in like super like non-cynical superhero fucking media for sure.
His Instagram is easily one of the most solid Instagram to follow.
Oh yeah, he's a great follow.
Yeah.
And he churns like, I don't know. I saw this video on Facebook not too long ago of him painting, and he's talking about his process. And no bullshit, with utter like ease, the dude churns out masterpieces.
Yeah, and
so like
I mean,
when you see Alex Ross painting, you're like, whoa, look at this. The way he drew it was like he was barely paying attention. And you're just like, damn, dude, you're a fucking machine. Like he's so talented. It's
That's
ridiculous.
crazy.
yeah.
Seriously.
What was that Justice League series that he did?
He did Justice and then Kingdom Come.
Mm.
Yeah.
Dude, I loved both of those.
Yeah, that's the one. Is that the one where the heroes get taken over by those like weird like insecty
Yeah, the
worm
worms,
things?
the Shazam.
That's
worms.
That's Justice, right? That was a
Yeah,
great.
that's
When that was coming out, I was like,
Yeah.
this guy is like at the top of his fucking game.
Oh,
Yep.
easily.
Yeah, that was crazy. Did he write that one?
Yeah, I think
too?
so. I think he wrote and illustrated it, didn't he?
Yeah.
I might be
no,
wrong.
he did.
I don't know.
I think so.
Mhm.
I would love for him to do like an Avengers story that way.
He does a lot of cover art for Marvel, it looks like.
Yeah.
We were talking about Jeff Lemire earlier. Have you guys ever read Jeff Lemire's Moon Knight run?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so
Oh,
good.
man.
I have not.
Like that's a such a great use of like everything you know about that character and then also like a little bit extra.
Right.
Ooh, so what I
And,
would
like-
say is for listeners who don't know about Moon Knight, should we give a brief overview? Because I wouldn't say.
Yeah, and I'm not too much. Can you explain Moon Knight for us?
I actually barely know anything about him other than his costume.
So, as far as I know, Moon Knight's story is that he is Mark Spector is a mercenary who ends up going to Egypt. He gets hired by some guy who goes to like some shadowy person who hires him to go to Egypt and like I think like rob an Egyptian tomb or some shit. Like there's some like weird thing that happens where I think he gets like left behind to die or like gets stuck inside of like a crumbling pyramid or something like that. And basically like he communes with this Egyptian god Khonshu. And the Khonshu's like I'll give you powers if you be my servant on Earth to like eke out justice in the form of like punching dudes in the face. You know what I mean? Like, and like also like they make it a point that like he's got multiple personality disorder.
Yeah, that's the only thing I know about him. Isn't he like, he's kind of like crazy?
So like, like he like thinks he's three different people that he's like, but he also is, because like one of the characters is like a billionaire playboy. One of them is like a homeless person, and then one's like a
cabbie or something,
a cab driver or some shit like that. Yeah. It's like he has these. He thinks that he's the. But the thing is, like, he also does lead these three lives. So like, he is like, you don't just like stop being super rich. You know what I mean? Like he is a very rich person who also then like chooses to sleep in a dumpster from time to time.
Don't we all though?
Yeah. And did you guys know about the like thing that happened in Philadelphia? Like I think it was probably like maybe like 10 years ago or something like now, but like they had to have a city ordinance that said people could no longer turn dumpsters into swimming pools.
Whoa.
Yeah, they were like people were like lining the inside of dumpsters with tarps and like turning them into swimming pools, and the city had to be like, you are like spreading disease so fucking fast.
I don't get why you would want to do that.
Yeah.
Oh god.
But
it's hot.
Hilarious.
It's the summer. You don't have a
insane.
pool. You see a dumpster.
That's
You got a hose.
We should tell
You're
Rodney
drunk?
Barnes to put that in his next Philadelphia.
Ooh, it's filled with blood though.
Oh, homeless vampires?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be insane.
We expect a royalty check soon.
Yeah. Stop stealing our ideas,
dude.
Rodney.
That's insane. So Pete, fucking, if you could have like anyone who would be your dream Hulk? Like who would act as would you cast, and who would direct your horror?
I don't like any Hulk actor
Hulk
so far, to
movie.
be honest.
That's true. I agree.
Okay.
With that.
I would like to see a as for directors, I would like to see a collaboration between John Carpenter and David Cronenberg.
Ooh, Cronenberg. Yeah, definitely Cronenberg.
I would like to see them like either like Cronenberg writes the script and John Carpenter directs it, or vice versa. That's in terms of movies. I'd say. But are you talking about in terms of comic books?
Or just like who would play your favorite banner?
Who would play the favorite banner?
Now that you said Cronenberg, I'm thinking Jeff Goldblum at some point would have made a great Bruce Banner.
Yeah. No, that's not our that's
a great casting.
Jeff
Jeff Goldblum is Bruce Banner. Yeah, dude. I'm
yeah, that's why he made me think of The Fly when you said Cronenberg, so
yeah. But yeah, who would like modern times now? I would say
Bruce Banner's hard to cast. I'll be honest. I always have a hard time casting him.
He really is. He is. Every single time I hear about who's playing the new Bruce Banner, I get hype, and every single time I'm like,
yeah, it just doesn't ever hit for some reason.
Okay, this is gonna sound weird. I'll cast 1990s Bruce Banner, early 90s Bruce Banner.
Okay, don't say Zach Morris, motherfucker.
No. I'm gonna say someone we all know though, and I've said it before. Rick Moranis. Oh,
Okay.
shit. Seriously, think about it. Like Rick Moranis.
Good fucking call.
Yeah.
I'm on board. I'm on board with that.
I would say
That's
if you're
insane.
playing like if you're doing like 90s Hulk for sure, where he like is like a wisecracking Hulk, he's like, hey, I'm Joe Fix-It. You know what I mean? For sure. I think though,
Dude, Hulk having a New York
yeah,
accent.
no, that was his
Yeah,
thing.
Joe
Like,
Fix-It,
you know,
yeah.
Joe Fix-It. He
Joe
was like
Fix-It.
in Vegas for a while as like a mob
boss.
Yeah.
mob
He was
boss.
running the rackets.
I want to see that in the movies, like Taika Waititi directing like a Joe Fix-It. Why not?
That'd be funny. Even if it was just a
would
brief,
be
like,
good.
yeah.
like if the Hulk started like
short?
having like weird personality like things.
Yeah.
And one of them was
Yeah.
Joe. That would be cool. That'd be a funny scene.
Right.
That could be
Yeah,
actually really cool.
I'd watch that.
I'd watch
for
that
sure.
too. Yeah,
I would say though for
the Hulk.
maybe I haven't seen him in anything in a long time, so I can't say that for certain. But maybe Paul Dano,
Ooh.
Paul a grown up Paul Dano.
Okay.
Like, you know what I
He's-
mean?
I
He's
see that,
actually
yeah.
going to be playing Riddler in the Batman movie
Yeah.
coming up.
Cool.
Also, he said Dano, so that's one
Yeah.
more point for side Dano versus Dano.
That doesn't prove anything to me.
Oh, you guys.
I say
It's definitely
Dano.
Dano.
Is it?
Is it
Uh,
Dano? I don't know if it is.
It's
It's
definitely
Dano.
Dano,
Let's ask-
Dano
Okay.
confirmed.
Yeah.
I like that for Bruce Banner, though. I like it for Bruce Banner a lot. That would
That's
work.
a good idea.
Mhm.
I like him as Bruce.
Yeah.
Yeah, that like it's that type that like I like almost now I'm thinking
Kinda
of what's
like-
his name, Jesse Eisenberg maybe.
Ugh,
I
hate
I think I think
hate
Jesse
Jesse
Eisenberg
Eisenberg.
would overact.
Yeah, he would,
overact.
you're right.
He would not be able
He's
to.
not
yeah,
subtle
because he did
enough.
such a great job with Lex Luthor.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I think that's an important, like, if you ever want me to come back, I'll talk about Lex Luthor for like ever, because that is that's a dude also that I feel like a very interesting character, great great dynamic. He's like, human beings, not aliens, will succeed.
Yeah.
And it's like, sure, dude. But also
There's
like
depth to him if you want to give
Absolutely.
yeah,
it. He like
I
literally
thi- I
wants
think-
the best for humanity, and he wants it to come from
Mhm.
humanity.
Right. Like a struggle.
It doesn't want us to look up to Superman like a Jesus figure.
Mhm.
And yeah, exactly. Like he wants us to struggle so we don't become soft and lazy and stuff.
But he
like,
says
progressing
that,
as a
but all he
species.
wants is for everyone to look at him that way. That's why he's a motherfucker.
Exactly.
He's definitely like a megalomaniac.
Yeah.
He is a megalomaniac, but he's
Mhm.
also like not necessarily wrong.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is like always what makes a perfect villain.
Right.
I like when I like it when it ends up him being begrudgingly like he has to be good. He's like a
Yeah.
bad guy when he's forced to be good is like fun because like he's like he hates submitting. So he's like, okay, I guess like we'll do this together, but like this doesn't diminish me in any way.
So
You know?
to play onto that, going back to Justice, I always love the ending when
Mm.
it's Batman with the lasso of truth. I don't know if you guys remember the specific panel, and Batman tells him, he's like, "If you don't help us save the planet, Luthor, like I'm going to kill you first before everyone else dies." And Luthor says, he turns to Gorilla Grodd, who's right next to him. He's like, "You don't need to tell me, Grodd. He has the lasso of truth. I know he's not lying."
Yeah.
Nice.
And that's such a cool little
Nice.
scene.
Yeah.
And they force like him
Yeah.
to help, save the world.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Was it Brainiac?
Brainiac was the
Yeah.
overall
Yeah.
villain. Yeah,
Yeah, he was the one that I think
he fucked over everything.
Yeah.
Mm.
he portrayed them all.
Did you guys read
Classic
any of the New
Brainiac.
52 when Lex Luthor was on the Justice League?
No.
No,
Mm-mm.
I
I
kind
know
of
what you're
liked
talking
it.
about.
He had like this
Really?
like kind of his suit kind of looked like steel suit, but he didn't have like a helmet or mask or anything. Like had that
is it
big
kind of like Norman Osborn leading the Dark
Not
Avengers?
even. Like at first you think that, but he actually so there's like an event called Forever Evil where Lex Luthor helps save the world and which I guess Norman does, but Lex Luthor does it for real. Like you're saying, like he does it like because he
Lex Luthor has been saving the world,
right,
We're
but
just not
like he
woke enough to
proves it.
see
Like he proves it like definitively. But like to the point where Batman, like Bruce Wayne's like, dude, like be on the Justice League. Like, you just proved it.
Nice.
Like, we know
Batman offered him to be on the Justice
Yeah, because
League?
Lex Luthor isn't like, he's like, he has to be asked to be on it.
Batman's like, listen, we're both rich guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on.
That's all it is.
We got to be out here saving the world, don't we?
Better us than them.
I'm sure that happened off panel.
Oh yeah, for sure. Off panel, they're like, look, really what we're trying to do.
I don't think a lot of people like that and kind of thought it was a dumb like way to bring Luthor on, but I don't know. I don't really care. I'll read anything, and unless it's like just really shitty or like offensive, like I'll probably enjoy it.
I love Luthor's such a great villain. I love in like not canon, but like in like there's been like movies and video games and stuff where Luthor kills Superman, and
yes, Kevin Spacey in Superman Returns.
Way to bring that up, Cody.
Why is that bad? I don't like Superman Returns, honestly.
No, me either. I hate that.
Nobody does.
Yeah, no one does.
My
Unless
best friend,
you do, Pete.
No, my best friend really loves it
Oh.
because he likes Superman depicted as a god. Like he likes like that whole like mythology side to it, like not really like the opposite of the whole like Marvel approach where it's like, oh, these we're just your average Joe drinking beer and like having shawarma, like you know what I mean? Like I get the, I mean, whatever, you know, it's like it's two different schools of thought, like, and I see the value in both, but I also like I hated Lex Luthor. I hated Kevin Spacey's Lex Luthor. I thought it was awful. It's just like, and the same thing with when what's his name played it in the like 80s. Gene Hackman. It's like, don't make him a corn. He's not a huckster. He's a fucking like genius. Yeah, like what?
A huckster.
I don't know. There's I saw some like a long time ago some article about the explanation of why Lex Luthor really hates Superman, and it was some article that I was reading many years ago. But apparently, like a really really old comic was that like Lex Luthor had long red hair and like Superman burned it off.
Yeah. Like when they were in school together or something.
Through like a laboratory experiment gone wrong. He burnt off Lex Luthor's hair.
So
Lex
good.
was like, I hate you, Superman.
I mean, this basically the dynamic that they go for in that show, fucking Smallville.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's the same plot. He's like, you burned off my hair.
I liked that actor though as Lex Luthor.
The guy. Yeah, he was good. I mean, like the show's not bad. It was just like it was like
exactly.
a WB
like teen
he was the first ever like CW teen superhero.
Yeah.
It was honestly not bad though. I was a fan.
Oh, I was a fan for like a solid 6 seasons, and then I stopped. And I was like, nah.
Yeah, I was like, I graduated high school, and I was like, I don't watch this ever.
That's happened to me with like a few things that I used to really like. Like I never read past the 4th Harry Potter book. I never finished.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah,
4 was as far as I got.
Really. Yeah, but you know what? I never even finished 4.
Wow.
I think I got to page 300, and I was like, I'm out.
Yeah,
I was like, I'm all good.
Yeah.
I mean, I read them all, but I'm not into it. Everyone, there's like, I feel like a lot of people our age like really love Harry Potter.
Oh yeah, for sure. All my like peers my age love Harry.
I thought the movies are, I don't know, the movies are okay.
Movies are fun. They're fun to watch during the holidays.
Yeah, I did a marathon like last year of all of them, but I don't know.
I mean, look,
I'm anti.
Oh, sorry.
No, I was just saying I'm anti-child wizard. I think a wizard is a grown man with a beard and a fucking pointy hat.
Would tool on Harry Potter.
Yeah,
like exactly, like
easily.
The thing is, like Gandalf also is like not like he's not awkward about what he does. You know what I mean? He's like if Gandalf is trying to like he's got a girl that he likes. He's not like Harry Potter, like,
no, he's gonna fall
Gandalf is like crushing
exactly.
pussy.
He's
you know what I mean? Like
He would.
Gandalf is smashed.
Gandalf crushes.
Smooth. You know
he is, dude. He has one of the best pimp lines in the beginning of the first movie. And he's like, "You're late." And he's like, "A wizard is never late. He arrives precisely when he intends to." And I was like, "Nice."
That also became the justification for so many stoners to show up late to things. They're like, "A wizard is never late."
Also,
I know I said that a couple of times.
Dude, Gandalf was straight chiefing, and unlike people who could blow stupid circles, he was blowing full-on ships
fucking
with sails
ships,
out.
dude.
Yeah, like, dude, I would love to chief with Gandalf. We should get him on the show.
Yeah, Gandalf. I'll get him.
Oh man,
let's do that.
We have to
Let's
look
do
to
Gandalf.
the. What's the line? Like, look to the north when it's like. In
look
the two
to the east on the
towers.
second day.
Oh,
the first
yeah,
night.
That's when he'll be here.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I am here for the Amazon Lord of the Rings TV show that's coming out. That's
ridiculously
like the
expensive.
Highest, as much money as they want to pour in that thing, I'll watch it all.
Do we need
I'll watch
another
it all 5 times.
Iteration of Lord of the Rings?
I don't think they're redoing it. I think they're doing more story,
like within
more,
the world of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, because there's like a bunch of stories that he wrote in that universe that like never got made into anything, which is like
the Silmarillion.
Yeah, all that which is something that I listened to in an audiobook that but never understood. I was just like listening to it as background noise. I was like, I like the sound of this, but I have no fucking idea what this is about. Yeah. No, I mean, I'm down for Lord of the Rings anything. They could fucking take all of my money.
Terrible Lord of the Rings video games, like on a PlayStation 2 or something like that.
Whoa, what do you mean? Those games were fun as hell.
There's also, what was that one that basically was Arkham Knight, but with Lord of the Rings?
Oh, Shadow of Mordor.
Yeah, that game was kind of fun.
What terrible games are you playing?
I don't know.
Cody?
I played one that was it wasn't a good one. It was one of the ones that was developed. It was just like Lord of the Rings, the Return of the King or something like that.
What? That's like the best one.
Yeah.
No. That game is so much fun.
Is it the beat 'em up?
Good.
Yeah. Like you can choose every character. You got to level them up. You play through the movie basically.
Really? That sounds sick.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun as hell.
It was good.
I hated it.
It was very fun.
I hate you, Cody, for saying that.
Cody doesn't know what he's talking about.
I have good memories of that game. That's why I just had so much fun playing that game.
This episode is full of controversial opinions.
oh man, I'm cooked.
Do you have anything to promote or anybody you want to shout out?
Do you want to plug anything? Any shows coming out? Or plug your podcast? Plug everything.
Plug your podcast. Plug your plug the motherfucking sketch.
Let him plug
Cody. Cody, shut the fuck up.
Sorry, I'm high.
I just want a loop of Cody doing that. Just plug in whatever you want to plug, and you want to plug it. Let's plug it away. You can plug it up.
Plug your fucking. Dude, that would have gone on forever.
Right.
If we didn't stop it.
If this was like episode 3, it would have went on way longer.
I'm crying a little bit.
On the inside.
I host a podcast called Which Is More, which is a debate podcast between me, an alien named Xanthor, and I have 2 people come on each week and debate what is the best example of something, like what is the best horror movie franchise, Friday the 13th or Halloween, or who's the best clown, Bozo the Clown or Ronald McDonald, or shit like that, like what's better, chocolate chip or oatmeal cookies, like depending on the topic they can be longer or shorter, but
you pick some controversial shit out there, my dude.
There's a lot of I love big art, so it's like the main thing about it.
Do you ever get really passionate hate mail like oatmeal cookies are the best? How dare you?
Actually, so the most surprising response I've gotten is like, I was like, let me use some like hashtags to promote the show. And like, I was like, something about like hashtag Backstreet Boys, because they did, one of the debate topics was like, who is the greatest heartthrob? Kevin Richardson of the Backstreet Boys or Josh Hartnett? And so because I used the hashtag Backstreet Boys, like a bunch of random like Backstreet Boys like fan accounts were like, this show is great. Like, everybody should check it out. I was like, yeah.
We gotta do a Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, we love Backstreet Boys out here. Like, whichever, I don't think I could name 2 Backstreet Boys songs, but
the first ever concert I've been to was the Backstreet Boys.
Really?
That's insane.
Oh my God.
It wasn't my choice, but
yeah, that blows my mind.
it's a great concert. The first concert I ever went to was the Ataris.
The Ataris?
That is
the Ataris?
The Ataris, yeah.
Oh, nice.
And I was crowd surfing, and a chick punched me in the balls as hard as she could, and I dropped to the ground. This is my first like concert I ever went to. I was like, this is great. Can't wait to do more of this.
Cody, what was your first concert?
Dude, I don't want to crush y'all, so we don't have to talk about it. Motherfucking Weird Al Yankovic. Oh my God.
That's a good.
Dude, it was incredible. It was incredible. It was right around when Running with Scissors came out. And it was the highlight of my life at that point. Dude, it was. I was a Star Wars nerd. I was a Weird Al nerd. Like, I got into Weird Al at a young age. And young Cody was like, "There's nothing funnier than like what he." I just thought he was the best.
He's great.
Yeah.
He's
love
fucking
Weird
hysterical.
Al. We stand him on this podcast, of course.
For sure.
Yeah,
of course.
The first concert I ever went to was a Moody Blues concert with my
that's actually
parents
really
at the Jones Beach Amphitheater.
Nice.
How mature.
Very sophisticated.
I was young. I was like 9 or 8.
Smoking a cigar.
Jake was wearing a turtleneck sweater for some reason.
Yeah. A cardigan.
Well, what else you got to promote, my mans?
I'm also a member of the Midnight Gardeners, as like we were talking about before, Midnight Gardeners League, on all social media. Nice. It's a sketch comedy group. We do some like fun, weird shit. And when we can do live stuff again, we definitely will be.
Nice.
we normally do a show out of the DC Improv. But obviously the city apparently has a ban on anything with more than one person on stage at a time right now. So that sucks.
Crazy.
But
that makes sense.
But yeah, when comedy shit comes back, we'll be doing more fun stuff.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good, man. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah,
Thank
dude,
you.
this was a
Seriously,
blast.
this was fun.
This was great. I had a blast, guys.
Hell yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, welcome back.
Fucking, I love
any man who stands by your favorite superhero movie opinions. I respect.
Yeah.
I don't agree.
Let me just say,
I don't agree.
Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face, one of the best portrayals of
You're not welcome back. I take back that.
That's insane. That's so awesome.
Oh, that's nuts.
Dude,
cool.
Yeah, well, thank you for coming on. Pete Musto, everyone. Check him out. Check out his podcast. Check out Midnight Gardeners. Thank you for coming on, man. Definitely love to have you back.
Hey.
Yeah.
This
later,
was
bro.
fun.
Thanks, man.
All right, dude. Take care.
Appreciate it. Later.
Dude.
Take it easy, guys.
Hi, you're listening to Comics and Chronic, and I'm Jake F.H.
I'm Cody Cannon.
And I'm Anthony Iannaccio.
And you can tune in every Thursday to hear new episodes of Comics and Chronic.
And make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Comics and Chronic. That's Comics, the letter N, Chronic.
We'll see you guys next week.
Woo!
Peace.